Here we are at the bottom of the Misti volcano and about to start this trek here. It's 3,400 meters right now. It means we're going up another 2,400 meters. It's already a little bit difficult to breathe, so it's going to be quite a challenge. But we've got the two guides from Peru, and we've got a Brazilian guy, two Canadian guys, and a Swiss couple. So it should be a pretty good time. Alright, so we're about an hour into this trek and still going strong. The view is actually quite incredible at this point, but we still got a long way to go. Brought about 5 liters of water, which is a little bit more than a gallon, and one of those liters will be used to cook with, and the rest will be used to drink. So we're at 4,000 meters and we just finished eating lunch. I unfortunately did not bring my lunch, so I had to eat some candy bars, but that's alright. Apparently you don't digest very well at this altitude. We've got about 800 meters to go before we get to the final camping spot. Once we get there, it's a place called Mont Blanc, and the reason why it's called Mont Blanc is because it's at the same altitude as Mont Blanc in Europe, so it's the highest altitude in Europe, and then we have 1,000 more meters to go the following day. So we're about 4 hours in, I guess, now at this point. We're probably about 4,400 meters. The path so far has been pretty straightforward. I mean, it's nothing too complicated. You have to jump over some rocks at some point. But the view, as you can see, is really amazing. It's hard to believe that that is Arequipa right there. That's a town of 1 million people. So it's definitely getting a little harder to breathe. I mean, once you rest, it's pretty easy, but as you're walking, you can definitely feel like a shortage of breath. Luckily, we have a DJ over here who's spinning some pretty good tunes, so it's keeping us motivated. But from here, like, the mountain just looks quite daunting. It looks like you're looking straight up at Mount Everest or something like that. But I'm feeling pretty good, and pretty sure we're gonna make it without too much of a problem. The weather's absolutely gorgeous. Walking. It's getting difficult to breathe. We're quite close now to the base camp. Can't wait. Gonna eat some hot noodles and drink some tea. Yes. Alright, so it's about 4:30 in the afternoon, and we have our last hour of sunlight here. It's still quite warm, but as soon as that giant fireball in the sky goes down, it's gonna be freezing. That should be happening quite soon. So we're at the base camp. It's at 4,800 meters, and I'm not sure exactly what that is in feet, but I think it's pretty well over 15,000, and it's a nice little flat area that we have here for the base camp, and we're using tents that were provided to us by our tour guides. You can probably see them. Those tents come with the package that we used, and that was about $100 US, 250 soles for that package, and it came with a ride to Misti. Included in the package also is the meals for the trek and a ride back home, and then of course the guides who know exactly where to go. I will say that I do think that it's possible to do this entirely on your own. If you are adventurous and you know how to follow a path, then you should be alright. But anyhow, as you can see, there's a reason why you spend $100 and you work your ass off to get up here, because as you can see behind me, the view is just absolutely amazing. And tomorrow it should be even better. We're so lucky with the weather right now. I just can't express how fortunate we are, because the whole week while I was in Arequipa, I saw a lot of clouds. But this is the dry season, so maybe that's a reason why it's been so good. And yeah, anyhow, we're about to eat some soup, I think, for dinner, and then definitely have some tea, and then go in this tiny little tent. It's supposed to be for 2 people, but yeah, it's gonna be quite close. So by the end of the trek, we'll all be very friendly with each other.
Okay, my friends, now you would sleep. Here, you don't worry because it's not possible that sleep more than 2 hours. Okay?
It's gonna be a very cold night. I talked to the tour guide, and basically he said that we're gonna be waking up at midnight, so it won't even be tomorrow, and then it should be about a 6-hour trip up to the summit. If I don't freeze to death first. Okay, it's about 1:15, and I realize that I look like an absolute madman right now. We are starting the hike now at this point at 1:15, and we went into the tents at around 6 or so, and I pretty much just laid there, running on basically no sleep, and it's very dark, and we're about to try to climb to the top. I got a bit of a headache, a little bit nauseous. I don't know if it's because of the altitude or what, but oh yeah, check out the city behind us. It's beautiful. So I just got to the summit of Misti. It was pretty amazing. However, that was the hardest thing that I've ever done in my entire life, hands down. It was basically 7 hours of straight up uphill in no air at all. There was just no air, and I actually had some altitude sickness. The first thing that I did when we walked out was just throw up everything that I had for breakfast, and that made it much more difficult to continue on, just because I didn't have any sort of electrolytes or any kind of carbs or anything in my system. So it was difficult. It's, as you can see, the volcano behind me is freaking amazing, and we got some people skiing down here now. Yeah, so all in all, it was a pretty amazing trip. Would I do it again? No. That was seriously the last time that I'm ever going to do anything like that again. I felt like I was going to die the whole time, and luckily there was this redeeming factor of the natural beauty of it. As you can see behind me, there's a volcano, and then behind that there's a lake and some other huge mountains. It's just absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I mean, I'm hesitant to recommend it just because it was so damn hard, but if you're in good shape and you're acclimatized to like 5,000 meters, then you should definitely go for it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for the next episode.
Congratulations, Patrick! Now you need to go with the gear. Now you need the lady.